Howdy guys, and welcome back to the second video of Toddler Talks with Dad. Summertime is upon us, and with it, the scorching heat begin to come as well, especially here in the South in Texas where we are. It's already, as you can see, probably see, I'm already starting to sweat just standing here. So I want to get back here and show you guys what we got. So my son just turned 2 last week, and we bought him this blow up slide for his present. So I wanted to jump on here and do a quick open box with you guys. Um, I've seen these going around. A lot of friends and family seem to have bought these for their kids here recently. So of course we went out and got one for the birthday. With summertime coming up, it just seemed appropriate for the weather. Is it gets very hot here in Texas, obviously, and back into this. Opening this up, so obviously it comes with your warnings and your instruction manuals. Um, Next, we have looks like the slide. It's wrapped up here in some tied up in some yarn. Next, we've got the looks like the water hose with some attachments. Some little sprinklers here that the water comes out of, I'm assuming. Um, we have a bag. It's a fairly large bag, actually. We'll see how difficult it is to get in there after it's blown up. Um, and then, of course, the air pump. So air pump's got a test and a reset button on it, GFI plug. So that's good. Obviously, dealing with water there. And then a couple of stakes, some larger ones and some smaller ones. I'm assuming probably for the pump and then for the slide itself, color coded, and that's it. So let's get out there and see if we can put this thing together. So as you can see, this inflatable water slide by Sports Power Limited was honestly a breeze to put up, mostly with just one person minus the tarp trying to blow away a few times. But all in all, I think it took me less than 20 minutes. The directions do say to stake the slide into the ground before inflating, but to me, it was just a little bit easier afterwards because you can kind of move the slide or manipulate it however you want as it's blown up. The directions are pretty straightforward on putting this thing together. The only thing I will say is you may want a little bit of a smaller person available to hook up the hose, especially on the slide portion, um, because they do actually mean it when they say they have a weight limit. It has a weight limit of 132 pounds, and I'm nowhere near that. So me trying to climb up there to install the hose just didn't work very well. I had to get my wife to take care of that. But other than that, everything is pretty smooth and easy. As far as the build quality, I really like the material and the design of this inflatable slide. We have only had ours a couple of weeks now, but a couple things I have noticed is that the seams appear in a couple of spots to be a little iffy as far as the stitching goes. So I'm anxious to see how that plays out over time. The other thing is the hose that it comes with. So on the back side, there is a three-way piece that feeds into the slide. And then the other side also continues around to the water gun part on the front. Right there, I ended up installing a three-way valve just because I like the option to be able to cut one section off from time to time. A lot of the time, my son, he doesn't like to go down the slide with the gun shooting in his face. So being able to shut that off at that time. And then there's other times where he just wants to be down in the pool part. And so when he's down there, it's nice to be able to cut the section off with all the water coming down the slide. Just leave the gun on for him to play with. And also, it helps with saving for the water bill. Speaking of water bill, I also installed a $50 pump system that I got off of Amazon to circulate the water. I found after a couple times of using this, when you leave the water hose running, obviously you just collect all the water in the pool part, and eventually it would overflow over the sides. So if you run it until the pool fills up about halfway, I can turn the pump on and voila. No more water hose and no wasting water. Now the water from the pool is running the three different spouts and just refeeding the lines. I'll leave a link down below to the pump I ended up getting for this, and if you want to check it out. So anyway, that's my thought on this inflatable splash and slide by Sports Power. All in all, I think it definitely is an upgrade to our toddler summer and attempt to beat this Texas heat. As you can see from the video, you can add the toddler water table and make your backyard splash park with endless hours of summer fun. So be sure to subscribe to my channel for next week's toddler talk, and I hope you enjoy. Be sure to click on this video here if you missed last week's discussion on choosing a toddler tower, and I'll see you there.